With summer coming to a close, kids are gearing up to get back into school, and we have the pleasure of sitting with 3 administrators from Warner Elementary School. How are you, Dr. Newton?
Doing wonderful. Man.
Good to see you, man.
It's good to see you.
And you got some folks with you care to introduce?
Absolutely.
Who do you have with you?
Some very important people
Yeah, I
here
see.
that plays a major role in our building.
Okay.
First, we got Miss Kimberly Bruinton.
How are you, Miss Kim?
Principal.
I am fine. How are you?
I'm good.
And also Mr. Adam Domski, who was my other assistant.
What's going on, Mr. Adam?
How are you?
Good. So you guys now, I'm not going to, forgive me for skipping over for a minute,
Absolutely
but
fine.
I see you doing some awesome work, but great leaders have awesome folks right beside them,
Absolutely.
right? So how does it feel working with a man with a vision and a plan and leading the charge when it comes to Warner Elementary School? What's that like?
So it's been wonderful being the only female between these two. Sometimes it's tough because I always have to be very vocal. Him and I butt heads a lot because it's always like, mom and dad arguing, and here's our poor child. He's in the middle. He's like, don't fight.
That's a good team though, right? That's a good team.
It's awesome.
That's a good team.
We work very, very well together. Being 100% supportive of Dr. Newton's vision and bringing everything together, working so well together, having everything mesh and getting Warner to where it needs to be for the sake of our children, because we want them to be successful. We want to bring Warner to where it needs to be, having that positive image, having our kids be successful, having our families be successful, giving them the resources that they need. So just bringing Warner to where it needs to be with that positive energy, letting our kids and families know that we are here to support them 100%.
That's awesome.
We had a family come in today to register a student from out of state, and we let her know from the start, anything you need, here's my personal cell phone number.
Awesome.
Give us a call.
How about you, Adam? How do you feel working with Dr. Newton?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. He has a very clear vision. We have a lot of fun working together.
Okay.
And I feel like that translates to the kids having fun at school.
Yeah.
And learning and making learning fun for
That's
the kids.
good.
So it's a lot of fun, and we all work together really well.
That's good. Now, Dr. Newton, you guys are underway of a new uniform drive, right?
Yes, sir.
Explain that to me, because
So-
at post-COVID, even for someone like me who's going back to school to get their graduate degree, I'm like, I'm used to, just a shirt, shorts. Everyone's been zoomed out for a long time. How do you think kids are going to adjust to this, and how's this drive going?
Well, we started this last year, but because of COVID, we really couldn't make it, and a full-fledged program because of a COVID. But before we put it in place, the kids were really excited. We have some of them try the blazers on. They were really anxious and excited about having a blazer and having a tie, pretty much dressing like we dress.
Yeah.
So we usually wear a nice blazer,
Right.
a nice tie,
Right.
and they're really excited about doing so.
Right.
And my vision is if our students are dressing good, they think good, and they act good.
Right.
So
And
that's the philosophy.
And you're not only backing that up, because it's my understanding you make sure that your students are well groomed too, from making sure their haircut is on point.
Absolutely.
You providing them with got a laundry area for them to get their clothes. How did you guys feel about that when that program started at the school?
Like he said, if you feel good, then you're prepared to learn. Like, that's our goal, to have our kids come in and know that they have the resources if they lack them at home. Like, we put kids in showers. My family therapist, my family crisis therapist said it best. We put socks on feet. We put shirts on backs. We put pants on bodies. Like, we make sure our kids have everything they need.
Yeah.
We have a full-fledged food pantry. Like you said, we have washer and dryer. We have showers. We have everything. We have a wellness center in our building. Our kids can get immunized. They can get their teeth cleaned. They can get eyeglasses. They can get everything they need in our building, because we want them to feel good about themselves. We want them to have everything that they need, and our families know we have those resources. So if you can get those resources and the things that you need in one spot, there's no need for you to be embarrassed about it. Our kids don't pick on one another because they lack those things. They know, if I need a brush, if I need a haircut, Miss Bruinton, I need a haircut. Doc, I need a kid that needs a haircut today. When can you cut his hair? It's nothing.
I applaud what you guys are doing at Warner, because it's personal for me.
Right.
When our producer Gia told me that you guys were coming to the show, I got really excited because, as I shared with you before we got on, I went to Warner Elementary School when
Absolutely.
Irene Hills was principal, and
Right.
they had Project Chance. And at the time, I was dealing with, as a child, growing up on the East Side, was in and out of foster care, dealing with child abuse.
Yes.
So folks that know my story know what I've been through as a kid, and I didn't have those opportunities while going to Warner. So to see what you guys are doing collectively as a team, it gets me excited. And as an alumni, I personally want to be supportive in any way that I possibly can with Warner Elementary School. What are some other initiatives that you guys are doing that even alumni and the community could be helpful?
Well, we know we're doing, of course, mentoring. We would love that to come in and maybe, sit down and have a chat and chew with our students.
Okay.
Maybe participate in some after school programs and taking a kid or two underneath your wing so that because our main purpose this year is really to drive education.
Yeah.
A lot of our kids are lacking. They already 1 or 2 years behind, and with the COVID made it even worse. So what we really want to do this year is really come hard with academics.
Okay. Now, how about you, Mr. Adam? How do you feel COVID has played a role with students' behavior? Have you noticed anything? I know you guys haven't gotten totally back, but I'm sure it's going to be a shift, from being at home. I was watching my niece showing the camera to the whole house while and my sister was like, "Can you just sit still, please?" So that's going to be a shift. Are you ready to address that? It's going to be different. All that pent up.
I don't, we saw some students come back last year when we opened the building to more students coming in, and they were excited to be back in the building amongst their friends, with teachers, real life interactions as opposed to online. But I think it was a year of they build a lot of skills. I like to think of the kids almost having had an online course that you only get when you go to college. And they're doing that. There was a lot of talk of learning loss or things like that, but I believe they learn new skills, and those skills are going to help them down the road. But I'm excited to have the kids back.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be really excited to be back, or we're going to have to reteach every behavior for the school, but we're ready either way.
No, I agree with you 100%. I think it definitely probably gave them a different skill set when it comes to be a little bit more disciplined, even just one aspect. Now, I had asked how people like alumni, myself, or the community can be beneficial. You had shared with me that you guys have a way that individuals can buy a brick.
Yes.
What is that exactly?
So we're doing a brick fundraiser.
Okay.
Which we did. We worked very hard to get electronic signage in front of Warner.
Okay.
So if you ride past Warner, you'll see a huge electronic signage.
Okay.
And the bricks that we're selling, we're going to use those bricks to place underneath the electronic signage as if the signage is sitting on a brick. Wow. So you can put any message up to 45 characters on a brick, and it's going to be there forever. And we're going to utilize the money to support our blazers and ties that we're supporting our kids with uniforms.
So proceeds go towards that.
Yep, the proceeds go towards the blazers and ties.
Very nice.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Now, other than the fact that you guys we're going in post-COVID now, summer's dwindling. You guys are getting ready to rev up with students coming. What is it that parents need to know or do to prepare as we getting their own kids ready? What do you think you should be able to share with parents right now? What do you think parents should be getting ready to do?
So we've been having the blazer fittings. So we've already had 3 blazer fittings where parents can bring their students in and have them fitted for their blazer, order the blazer and the tie so that they're prepared for that. We are doing the khakis with the white button-down shirts this year for the uniform. We will do a back-to-school night, and that's August 26th at Warner. And there will be giveaways, in which we'll have backpacks. We usually have Costco as a partner that gives backpacks because we are a community school, and they give each student a free backpack. Wow. And the kids will be able to pick up their Chromebooks that night as well. They'll pick up their Chromebooks that night, which they'll bring back and forth.
They'll get a Chromebook.
Yes, we in Red Clay we do have one-to-one technology in Red Clay, so all of our students get their very own Chromebook. So they'll bring that to school with them, and then they'll get other school supplies that night as well. So we try to make sure our kids are well supplied prior to school, and then we'll give away coats as well because we want to make sure our kids are prepared. We like to be proactive in the things that we do at Warner for our students, and we like to know that our parents, that we're dependable. Right. So if they need something, regardless of what it is, if we're able to give, then we give. Right. And I like a big thing that I like to say all the time, we like to meet our kids where they are. We can't expect them to meet us here when they're here.
That's really good.
That's mentally, emotionally, and socially.
So that welcome back is more of a pump up.
Okay.
Kind of getting them ready for school on Monday.
Okay.
So we're gonna provide dinner, moon bouncers, a live DJ, and many kind of resources for our families if they need it.
Nice.
So it's more of a pump up.
No,
let's get back.
I'm going to have to ask, because one of the other things is, you said a moon bounce. I'm going to be there for that, okay? If I can come, I might be the big kid in the room, but I'm going to be there.
We would love to have you.
And, one of the things I noticed too, while we were talking with last show with one of the other co-hosts, she has a daughter, certain parents are going to need to get ready to learn the math, the science. Is that going to be available at all? Because I know for some schools provide it, can parents come in and sit in and learn the actual curriculum that's going to be taught, so that way they can be beneficial to the kids?
We will have parent nights where we'll go through, we usually call it parent university.
Okay.
So parents can come in and learn the math skills that they need. The thing is, we still have Zoom available.
Okay.
So we can also do virtual nights. We haven't really gone into detail in regards to when those nights will be available, but we definitely will offer them. But our teachers make themselves very available to our parents. So anytime we have Class Dojo, so if a parent has a question, they can just type it in the dojo and our teachers respond almost immediately, as long as they're not teaching to a parent's question, because this is new math.
Right.
I mean, we have a lot of parents who come from trauma. They've had a bad school experience, so they're very reluctant to ask questions because they feel as if they're less than capable of doing this new age math or this new age English, even though it's the same stuff they've done. It's just a different way.
Wow.
So we make ourselves very, very, very available to our parents. Our teachers are very good with making sure that our parents are comfortable with the curriculum that our students learn. And a lot of it can be done or found over the internet, but a lot of our parents, again, they don't know how to navigate those systems. So again, we make ourselves available to teach our parents how to navigate those systems, like Class Dojo. Wow. We can instant message a parent, hey, Jordan's acting up today. Jordan just threw a book across the room.
I was that kid.
So we communicate very frequently with our parents. We like to communicate, and it's not always when you do something you're not supposed to. It can be, Jordan's having a great day.
That's good.
Jordan was a great leader today.
That's
so
good.
We like to make sure that we are communicating good, not just always bad.
That's good.
And our PTA is very active as well.
Okay.
So they real good with making the connection. I got to give a shout out to Miss Alicia Ali. She does a great job of communicating whatever Warner is doing with the community and other parents. So I got to give her a huge shout out.
Wow.
So if a parent is having any issues or needs support, she's making that connection to making sure that we're reaching out to helping those families.
Well, Dr. Newton, I got to applaud you because you have surrounded yourself with some awesome team members.
Yes.
And, you're not only, as you guys said, making students feel better, you're helping the parents get acclimated as well as the students, and you're building an actual sense of unity at the school. So,
and I got to give a huge shout out to our Superintendent Green for allowing us allow me to make that autonomy to build a team.
That's
to have all of LeBron James. So our teachers, got to give them a shout out to at Warner. They work hard. They go above and beyond. Yeah. So I got to give a shout out to my teachers and our Superintendent Green. Yeah.
No, it's an awesome school. Of course, I'm biased because I graduated from Warner. Right. But just watching everything that you guys have been doing in the past few years, I applaud everything.
And we're not done. The goal is to really make Warner that high academia school. That's our goal. Yeah. And by any means necessary, we're going to get there.
And it was a good preparation for me. But graduating from Warner to then go to Cab Callaway, I can't thank you guys enough and those that came before you and what you're doing right now. So keep up the great work.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys.